you a homeowner? Do you actually know what will happen to your particular property when you pass away? 65% of US Americans own homes, but only half of these homeowners have some type of estate plan in place. If you do not necessarily have something in place in regards to your particular home when it comes to estate planning, then your home can potentially go to probate. You don't necessarily want your estate to go to probate because that's going to cost time and it's going to cost money. And most importantly, you're going to have a local county judge deciding where your assets will go to, in particular, your home. How do you avoid that? Well, you can go and set up a trust. We always like referring to a trust because a trust always avoids probate. In regards to where do you go and set up a trust, let's go and talk about that here. And I want to share a resource with you that you can utilize to set up your own trust in itself. We like referring to trustandwill.com. You can go here, you can create a living trust online that basically covers everything here. So when you go and you look at here, here's the actual cost that Trust and Wills will actually charge in order to help you set up your trust. Now, when you go here, here's the documents that will be part of your particular trust. You will have a revocable living trust. That means that you can also make changes as necessary to your documents within your trust. You're going to be able to have a schedule of all your assets, listing your home, your cars, your investment accounts, all of your particular assets. Then you're going to be able to list out all your final wishes, where you want to be buried at, how you want your last arrangements to be, any specific references to details outlined in your trust. Do you want to leave some money to a charitable organization, or leave some money to your church, or leave some money to a school or certain foundation? Any final wishes that you have, you're going to be able to put it here as well. Your HIPAA authorization, you're going to be able to go here and authorize any trusted individuals to receive protected health information. They're going to be able to make health decisions on your behalf if you become incapacitated. You will be able to sign that specific person who you want to have as your healthcare surrogate. You're going to be able to have your living will. You're going to be able to have the guidance. You're going to also have your power of attorney. In the event you become incapacitated, who will pay your mortgage? Who will be able to sign on your behalf when you're not able to sign certain documents? So these are all the documents that will be contained inside of your trust in itself. Why is a trust important? Here's some benefits here. You're going to be able to nominate a child or a pet or a guardians within inside of your trust. Most importantly, again, we want to avoid probate court. You're going to be able to leave specific gifts, money, possessions, property to your heirs or to who you desire. You're going to determine how your assets will be distributed. You have 3 kids, maybe one kid you decide to say that kid is not responsible. You want to leave it to the 2 older responsible kids, and then have certain language within us to, once the child that's not responsible, once they become responsible, then you can leave that money to them. So you're able to write however you want your final wishes to be included within your trust. Now, it's important when we look at this right here is to establish this here, in particular if you're a homeowner, to avoid your house going to probate. Again, we mentioned it's very costly. You're going to have to go and get a county judge to sign. That county judge now will have to decide, different court cases decide who the actual assets will go to, and in particular, your property. Now, all of this here is happening while at the same time you're grieving or your family members are grieving over your passing. But if you have a trust in place, all of this right here, all your final wishes, all of your assets where you want it to go is all structured within inside that trust. So going into the trustandwills.com site and working specifically with an attorney, they help you decide and to help you transfer all of your assets into a trust and avoid probate. There is another document that we want to also discuss once your actual trust is in place. Once that trust is in place, you next want to do this right here. You want to now transfer the deed of your particular home out of your name and transfer it over into the trust. Trust and wills will also help you do this here. So now you don't necessarily own the home any longer. Now the trust does. This is a wealth hack because when we talk about this right here and when we talk about building generational wealth, this particular step and this particular action here helps secure your particular asset and passing it down to your terms, not to a local county judge terms. So when we talk about securing the bag, when we talk about building generational wealth, this is the type of things that actions that we need to be doing to ensure that we're protecting our particular legacy and passing down the assets how we want to. Guys, estate planning is so key. It's hard, it's a difficult conversation to have, but there's two things that's certain in life: death and taxes. We want to make sure that we're organized to the point to where once our family members are grieving, there's a certain document that they can go to, which is your trust that you already have notarized and you have it orderly assigned out. And then while they're grieving, it will make this process so much easier here. If you're a homeowner, don't delay. Get your trust in place and ensure that you transfer your home into this particular trust in itself.